My number one bucket list coaster, El Toro. It's been down the entire day. It's after 1 o'clock right now, and I stuck around and just waited by myself for probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours, standing ejector airtime. Thank you for joining me at Six Flags Great Adventure in New Jersey. Here to ride my number one bucket list coaster, El Toro. But first we're getting on this new Vekoma boomerang. All right, flash vertical velocity. Here are my thoughts. I thought it was a lot more graceful. I was expecting more of a whippy and positive filled ride, but it was actually pretty graceful and nice. I really enjoyed the onboard audio. It had a pumpin' techno track, which I really appreciated. Really added to the ride experience. I really liked the backward spike a lot. Can't wait to ride the top thrill backward spike after that one. And then the stall backwards was so good. And then the step down backwards into the stall was so good. So I really enjoyed the second half of the ride. The first half of the ride was good too, but the second half was really standout. The restraints were fine. I would say they're a little bit less heavy than a B&M vest restraint. So if you're familiar with those, it's kind of like that, but with less weight on your chest. One of my 4 credits that I'm here to get today is closed right now. So hopefully this opens up because I really need this credit. So this is my second lifetime visit here at Six Flags Great Adventure. I can't remember exactly the year I've been, but it was probably the late 90s, early 2000s. I saw Batman and Robin the Chiller. It didn't run all day, but I did see it. I don't even think it was SBNL at that time. But Medusa was green when I came here last. And I don't know if someone took their phone out. Welcome to the Pine Barrens. I got a credit on Jersey Devil. Magic Mountain is my home park, so I have a lot of experience with Wonder Woman. That was my first time on Jersey Devil. And I will say, yeah, it is true. Jersey Devil is definitely a little bit more rumbly. There was one pothole in between the first Camelback and the stall. But other than that, I mean, it was a great ride, honestly. The rattle did not really take away from the ride for me. And actually, I much prefer the setting of this one. It was beautiful right there, kind of in the wood. And there was a river right there. It was really, really beautiful. So I really enjoyed that ride on Jersey Devil, and I'm sure that makes a really nice night ride. Unfortunately, I won't be here that late today, but I'm sure it's a really nice night ride because it is a great setting.
Oh, so be jumping. I ain't gonna enjoy your ride on Nitro. Goodbye. Again, just a reminder, if you currently wait in line, please prepare all those disciples.
Waited about 20 minutes on 3 train ops on Nitro. However, I got 2 rides on the back seat because these junior high kids know how to fill rows. So I got to stay in my seat because no one was in the back row. So yeah, I got my 3rd and 4th lifetime ride on Nitro. Hot take incoming, hot take incoming. Nitro is probably number 2 hyper for me. I like it better than Mako, and I like it better than Diamondback. So right now I have Apollo's Chariot as number 1 and Nitro number 2 for my B&N hypers. I do need to get on Georgia, and I need to get on Raging Bull and the Canadian ones. I love Nitro. I think it's a really dynamic layout for being how old it is. And even in the mid-course break, even though it does slow you up a lot on that block, you still get some really great airtime on the return trip. I think that's where it outshines Mako, because Mako really slows down. You don't get really any airtime after.
It runs down inside the car at all times. Thank you and enjoy your ride through Gotham City.
I got out of line for Dark Knight. I didn't want to wait around. I need to ride my number 1 bucket coaster now. I need to get over there to El Toro. So I could skip the mock Wild Mouse. I think that's fine. I mean, I don't really want to skip a credit, but I need to get a credit on my number 1 bucket coaster, El Toro. El Toro was cycling empty and it looks like it's closed. So I'm gonna wait it out. Just got off my number 1 bucket list coaster, El Toro. It's been down the entire day. It's after 1 o'clock right now, and I stuck around and just waited by myself for right about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And I ended up getting 3 rides on. I was the first one in line, so I got on the first ride of the day in the front row. And then I stayed on in the back car non-wheel seat for 2 rides in a row. The airtime in the first half is absolutely stellar. Just standing ejector airtime, but completely out of the seat. It was awesome. That first lift hill is so crazy for a wooden coaster. It's a cable lift, so it gets you up there really quickly. Also in the back car on the first drop, you do get a little bit of laterals at the top when you come down and you swing around that turnaround at the top of the lift, which is very unique. First drop is also so steep, and I love a great first steep drop. Negatives, and I am someone who loves wooden coasters. I have a high threshold. I, kind of like some of the rougher rides. And I will say that El Toro in the second half of the ride, especially in the Spaghetti Bowl, the ride did cross the threshold of being painful for me. So I was done after 3 rides personally. A lot of jackhammering, up and down, sideways, rumbling, vibrating, all the above on that last second half of the ride. I think it will climb up my rankings if I ride it again in the future and they do a retrack. In terms of overall ranking, I'm going to slot El Toro in at number 29. I have Haggard's at 28, and I have Storm Chaser, or whatever the new name is at Kentucky Kingdom, now at number 30. So all in all, top 30 ride for me. I think that it will have a lot of room to improve if they work on that track, which I heard they are going to be retracking the second half of the ride in the off season coming up. So definitely have a lot of room to improve, as I absolutely love that layout on El Toro. Just the execution was a little too rough for me. Okay, I don't think I want a credit that bad for a wild mouse. I think I'm good. Second ride of the day on Flash Vertical Velocity is complete. The line is sitting at 2 hours right now. So I did a 1 shot for $17. And when I got up to the station, the ride suffered a pretty lengthy downtime for about 30 minutes. They are having trouble with the onboard audio, it sounds like. So that second ride I just had, unfortunately, did not have the onboard audio, which is very disappointing because I loved that techno track. So I'm thankful I got to get on at that one time with the music, but yeah, the second time I did not. Unfortunately, they were having trouble, and you could hear it in the station. They kept disabling and enabling the audio, but they just could not get it to work. I had a front row ride and a backseat ride. I really like this ride. I think it's so good. If this could replace Skyrocket 2s, that'd be amazing. The trains are pretty comfortable even for the vests, but this layout is really cool. It's almost like a family thrill coaster, but obviously it's not. But it's not too intense. It's not too whippy. The launches are all really fun. There's some really great airtime, and the backwards stall is so good. The backwards layout is amazing. Really love the Flash. All right, had a very Six Flags day here on my second ever trip at Six Flags Great Adventure. There were a million school kids here. I know that's not the park's fault. El Toro did not open until about 1:30, but I did get to ride it 3 times, which is awesome. I also got to ride Nitro twice. I got new credits on Jersey Devil, and I also got new credits on Flash Vertical Velocity. I did miss out on Dark Knight as a new credit, unfortunately, so now I'm sitting at 267 credits. And I got to ride my number 1 bucket coaster, El Toro. My new number 1 bucket coaster is Pantheon at Busch Gardens. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to Coney Island to ride the Coney Island Cyclone, another one of my major bucket list coasters, next week, so make sure to follow. I want to know, what is your favorite coaster here at Six Flags Great Adventure? Well, that's gonna do it for me. Thanks once again for watching, and we will catch you on the next one.